Darren came round and spent an afternoon walking around the house, and I left him to do all his measurements and take all his other readings and pictures. It was an incredibly pleasurable, sort of positive experience.
So he's examined the windows and he's measured the rooms again and talked about the walls and what sort of insulation we might have there. He also had a copy of Luke's report on the heat loss assessment. All of that information will build into the whole house plan and give us some idea of where we should be aiming.
We had a full report to tell us where those issues were and how best to rectify them. In the context of the Home NGMK workshops, knowing that insulation comes first, and then your ventilation, and then you start looking at the big ticket items, that's the structure of the plan, essentially.
Maybe in the past you'd see some insulation for your loft on special offer, and you'd think, oh, we'll get a few rolls of that and put it in the loft. You know, that's our tick box for the year of doing our DIY insulation wise. But now we've got a solid plan. Everything works, you know, in a system which will give us a better result, and also we won't be just spending money where we don't need to spend money.
It's all incredibly logical, split into, I think it's 5 different phases. Quite a considerable detail as to what needs doing, what sort of kit he would recommend. A lot of cost estimates which are currently fairly terrifying, as you'd expect for an 1890s Victorian terrace. Quite a lot of work needs doing.
So things that we can do ourselves, essentially, like the loft insulation, and just regular draft proofing that we can do ourselves as well. So they're going to be our stage 1, and then stage 2 will be more of the bigger projects. So the solar is an obvious one, and then we said some way of getting the extractors in the kitchen and the bathroom.
Yeah.
We know that some of the double glazing is very old and probably inefficient, so we think that will probably be an early stage of the things that we need to do. But we're also expecting it, or hoping that we'll get some advice about more efficient heating systems that we could install in the future to support the gas boiler, which obviously is not really up to the job.
So yes, we have our priorities. I have ideas of where we want to go.
So we don't have any budget at the moment to do anything, but we knew that when we started, and again, I think that's why we're also useful as a case study, because I think probably the majority of people will be in a similar kind of position, but we have a plan, and that's the important thing.